Hi there. In this lesson, you are going to learn what a probability is and different vocabularies and definitions related to the probability. So let's begin. Mathematical approach in probability. So the first vocabulary that we are going to talk about is random experiment. So the random experiment is more than one outcome and not possible to predict the outcome in advance. In other words, we can say that if we want to find the random experiment is so uncertain that it's very hard, or I should say, it's impossible to predict what the outcome will be. For an example, if I toss a coin, there's no way I can tell what I'm going to get because the possibility can be both head or tail if the coin is fair. The next vocabulary that we are going to talk about is sample space. So the sample space is total number of outcomes or set of all the outcome, which is basically the universal set. It simply means that if we are trying to toss a coin and we are getting all these different outcomes such as head and tail, and if we do more than once we will get a different combination of head and tail, then those outcomes will be the sample space for my probability. The next experiment is event. So the event is the expected set of outcome. It simply means that in an example of tossing a coin, the possibilities are that we will get head or tail. And if we keep doing for several times, we will get both head and tail depending on what the outcome is. In other words, we can say that if we are tossing a coin for more than once and we are getting both head and tail, so the possibility of getting both head and tail are equal, I should say. But we might expect certain outcomes such as head or tail, and we want to find how many heads or tails we can get if we toss a coin for more than once. Then that outcome will be our event because that's what we are looking for. Now let's consider an example. So the example is, let us consider dice is tossed. If we toss a dice, the sample space of the outcome will be any of these ones because dice has 6 faces. So the possibility is that we can get any of those numbers. So we can write S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So basically, when we toss a dice, we can get any of these numbers because the dice has 6 faces and each face has one of these numbers. So what we need to do, we need to come up with an idea what actually we are looking for. So we can say that we are looking for odd number when we toss a dice. And if we do that, we will write the events that we are looking for is odd number, which is basically O is equal to 1, 3, 5, because out of these 6 outcome, 1, 3, and 5, these 3 are the only odd numbers that we can have when we toss a dice. So this is my event. Now, if you look closely, out of 6 outcomes, we are looking for 3 outcome only. Then the probability of getting odd can be 3 out of 6. So we will write probability of getting odd is equal to 3 over 6 because the number of odd is 3, 1, 2, 3, and the total outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 over 6, which is basically 1 over 2. It simply means that the 50% chances are that we will get a odd when we toss a dice.